We want to go to our reporter who is outside the Pentagon right now. She has an eyewitness. If you'll stay with us, Skip Brand, informant of the FBI. Audrey Barnes, go ahead outside the Pentagon.
Coming in to the Pentagon this morning, identify yourself and tell us what you saw.
My name is Ed Hudson. I was coming to work at the Navy Annex. I was passing by Fort Myer, and I saw a large airliner-sized plane, roughly a 767-sized airliner. Very deep descent, approaching the Pentagon. As I didn't actually see the impact, but I did see, hear the blast, and saw the smoke rising from the crash later. And this was, just shortly after hearing the news about the crashes at the World Trade Towers.
Now, it did not look like that plane tried to avoid the Pentagon at all?
No, it seemed deliberate. It was outside the normal flight patterns for a national airport.
I've seen debris 20 feet from where we're standing. Have you seen debris also?
I did.
Describe what you've seen over there.
It just seemed like parts of the landing carriage, or possibly the engines.
What are they telling employees? Within the last, I should tell everybody, within the last 10 minutes or so, they started a second evacuation of the Pentagon area. We're told that there's another aircraft that's been hijacked, and it's 20 minutes outside Washington, D.C. Emergency crews with bullhorns have been coming through this area telling everybody to get back. Is that what your understanding is as well?
Exactly.
Okay, now what about employees? Have you guys been given any information about what you should do?
Just told us to go home.
This is shocking and devastating for everybody.
It is. I think it's time that the American public realize that we are vulnerable. We're not in a situation such as World War II, where we had two oceans to protect us.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ed Hudson was an eyewitness to that plane coming in this morning. He said looked like a 767 commercial airliner headed right for the Pentagon, did not try to avoid the building at all, and within seconds a huge explosion and then thick black smoke. And as you can see, the fire is still now up. It's not out here on the Pentagon grounds. Still lots and lots of smoke.
Well, good morning, Andrea. Right now with me is Joel Zuckerman. He was on his way into work, I believe, when he saw an American Airlines jet crash into the Pentagon. Joel, tell me what you saw.
Well, traffic was very heavy this morning, so it was bumper to bumper. We were all stopped. I was probably about 100 yards from the Pentagon when I heard this screaming sonic boom and saw the jet come screaming across the highway. It was an American Airlines jet, silver with the markings along the windows, and within seconds it hit the side of the Pentagon. My first thought was, my God, it's coming in so low for landing at National, but it screamed across Route 110, hit the west side of the Pentagon. Immediately there were flames that shot up, higher flames, white smoke, and then within seconds...
We're interrupting Lauren Ashburn's broadcast to go to Gordon Peterson live near the Pentagon. Gordon?
Do we have an eyewitness here? We have an eyewitness, I think, to what happened here at the Pentagon. If you have a moment, Heather Cavitt's bringing that person over here. Can you tell me what you saw and where you were?
Well, we were on Columbia Pike where the shelter is, and all of a sudden you can hear the noise coming first, and then you can feel the shaking of the building. And we just looked up out of the window, and I saw the tail end go.
What size plane?
It was for me, it looked like a big size plane. It was definitely a passenger plane. And everything shook, and then all of a sudden you just heard this big explosion, and somebody said, my God, they hit the Pentagon, they hit the Pentagon. And I didn't know that they had hit the World Trade Centers this morning. And then,
we've seen a couple injured who've been taken out. Have you seen any others?
I've seen people, yeah, I've seen a few injuries. And they lined up stretchers, or those things they use, for the bodies, and a whole slew of people just went in line, military people, heading that way. So I take it that it was a lot of injuries.
What's your name?
Mark Eason.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I was standing by my door because I had the lock on the fuel to just let it go without me knowing. And I had a working dog in the back, and I was talking to my working dog. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something and turned to look at it. When I turned to look, right about here, I actually didn't hear it. I just knew it was by me.
I'm sorry, you say you did not hear it?
Did not hear it.
Okay, can you come a little closer so I can hear you better? All right. That's good. That's good.
Right. Basically, didn't actually hear the aircraft. I saw it first. Heard it after it was going by me. Made the identification immediately as American Airlines. It's a bright silver. It's one of the only non-painted airliners, so it's pretty distinctive.
No, I'm sorry. You said it was non-painted.
Yeah, it wasn't painted. It was just aluminum. It was shiny.
Okay.
It had the you know, the blue and red stripes on it, but the fuselage on those is usually just polished aluminum.
Okay.
So I identified it right away as a, you know, American Airlines. I have enough experience with aviation and aircraft that I can identify stuff pretty easily. But in the matter of time that it went from where I was into the building, you know, probably less than a second. I mean, but enough that I saw that there was no landing gear down, there was no flaps down, there was, you know, the window shades were shut because you couldn't see any difference. I mean, it was just white in the windows, which would indicate to me that the shades had been pulled down. And it flew into the building with very slight, control movements. The plane didn't yaw substantially until it hit the building, and it kind of made a kind of slewed into the building, which I guess is indicative of it hitting the building and then kind of, smashing into it.
Can you describe that again? It did a what into the building?
A yaw.
Oh, okay.
It moved on its yaw axis, meaning the tail. Instead of the plane just doing this, it kind of from here looked like the tail went in. It didn't hit at a 90-degree angle. It was not flush. It hit offset.
Okay.
So I mean, it wasn't like it went in this way. It kind of went in at an angle. 7 that were on the north end of 27. Well, you can see here. There's a row of trees. It's going to block the view of the aircraft from anybody that was on 27 that's heading southbound. So why there's so many of those witnesses making statements that are being validated, I have no idea.
So you're saying most of the witnesses on 27 probably didn't see much?
Unless they were coming this way. If they were coming from the Arlington side, they're only going to see the plane for a split second because the trees blocked its whole approach.
Oh, okay.
So.
But all the people blocked in traffic going towards Arlington Cemetery might have seen something?
Sure. Oh, yeah. The people on 395 had a great view.
Okay.
Because 395 loops around here.
Yeah.
So anybody on 395 would have had a plane view of it.
Okay. Well, first off, let me ask you, did you see the plane hit the building?
Yes. Did I see what the plane did? No, because there was a big fireball. When the plane hit, it just kind of disappeared. Like I said, it made that little yaw movement, and then it just disappeared.
Did you see the plane pick up at all, maybe to make it over anything before it
No.
went back down again?
No.
You didn't see it pick up at all? Okay.
No.
Did you see it hit any light poles?
Did not see them hit the light poles, but obviously when I got to the scene, the light poles are down. As fast as it was going, you can barely see the light poles from.
Make it out. How soon were you able to make it out that it was American Airlines?
Instantly.
Instantly. So.
I mean, that's like I was saying. American Airlines is the only polished aluminum, airline with the blue and red stripe, the big AA on the back. I mean, it wasn't. I've seen enough of them. I've been around aircraft my whole time, my whole life basically. Just immediately.
Chauncey, Don, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You witnessed what happened at the Pentagon. What did you see?
From my office, I was able to see a white jet, like a Gulfstream type commuter jet, I guess, just came at a high rate of speed. I can see National Airport's tower from our office.
Right.
And it just increased its speed as it got closer to the Pentagon, and then I just saw the big yellow ball of fire.
Don, exactly where is your office? From where are you watching this?
Our office is right at St. Barnabas Road in the Beltway, so I overlook the Beltway from my office.
Could you tell, Don, did the plane come out of National?
No.
No, it did
No,
not.
absolutely not. There was it appeared to be a U.S. Air commuter jet that went over top of our building, which is a normal flight pattern, I guess, for the
Right.
commuters.
Yeah.
And this looked like it was coming from, I'm guessing, down Columbia Pike in Arlington, down that way, and then just picked up a high rate of speed.